Hello, hello, hello. I am on here. It is around noon. Excuse me. Clear my throat. I've got some water here. I bought some new water, but I don't know where it is, so. Okay. So, I'm here to talk about something very important. Okay, I'm going to see. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And tell me if you can hear and see me okay. Those are the biggest two things I really want to talk about right now. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Comment below. Say hi. And let's get on with this. I want to see if I am live in the right place. That's always important. Very important because I don't want to be live somewhere else. Excuse me. Okay. All right. I am live on my page because sometimes, one time I was live on my personal page. I'm like, whoa, what? Carrie says, I'm tuning in from Portland, Oregon. You sound awesome. Hey, right on, Carrie. Thanks for telling me that I sound awesome. You probably sound awesome too. Good. Okay. Excuse me. So here I am. Can you like this video? Can you love this video? On the bottom, you can like it. You can love it. Hi there, Deb. And you can share it in public. Share it with your friends and tag your friends. Because I'm going to be on here probably a little bit. And then I got to go and do some stuff. I got to do some grocery shopping. Thank you for the love. Remember to like my video, to love it, and share it in public. So I can check it out later and like it. So if you put it in private settings, I don't know where it goes. Okay? So do me that favor and tag your friends. Tell them to get on here. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking about that, and I'll talk about why you're really on here. So this video is for deeply intuitive. There's a lot of emails going by, so okay, it's closing off my video. Okay, so this video is for deeply intuitive women, okay? So if you're a deeply intuitive woman, there's men on my page I've noticed lately, which is cool. This is for deeply intuitive women who want to learn. I should have put that in. Learn how to summon the money guides. This is a big topic because I've seen it on my other posts where people were commenting left, right, and center. And I tried to like it all. It's just I've been kind of busy on my business side. Thank you for tagging people. They need to hear this. Okay, so you want to learn how to bring in more money, right? Money, abundance, more than you can handle. Obviously, I was in a rush. It's supposed to say how to summon your money guides, how to bring in more of money in abundance, more than you can handle this week, right? So I understand that a lot of us, thank you for tagging your friends. I know a lot of us, or most of us, it seems, that on this intuitive guide page, that there's thank you for sharing, Sherry. I really appreciate that. That we have a tendency to have a lack mindset. We're not enough, or the scarcity thing. We're not enough. I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy of it. Who am I to have this money? It also goes back to ancestors, right? Back to our grandparents, great-grandparents. It goes down a long line where we're taught we have to work hard. We got to work our asses off. Is that one of your stories? I know it's one of mine, where I have to work my ass off. Work and work and work and work and do more work until what happens, right? And then you settle into these jobs that really, really, really suck you dry, suck your soul. until you get sick. I'm sure you can relate to this. If you're on my page, you can totally relate to this. I've been there before. I've been there where I overworked and overdid and just constantly overdoing, you just keep going, and it becomes like you become a hamster on a wheel, right? You become a hamster on a wheel, and you're saying, I deserve more. I deserve to have, what I actually should have. And then you settle. That's not a very good feeling when you start settling. And then you just put up with really toxic things. You put up with a lot of stuff, right? And then you become tolerant of it. And then what happens is it goes in your body, and then you start having these all kinds of weird reactions. Your body starts reacting to it, It starts very subtle. You start having colds all the time. Then you have migraines. Then you have, a sore back. And then you have a sore arm, and then sore legs, and it just keeps escalating. Does this resonate with you? Do you feel like, I know what you're talking about, this, and your body starts talking to you? It screams volumes, like volumes and volumes and volumes, and it gets louder and louder and louder until something ends up breaking, and you end up in the hospital, and then you're wondering, what is going on? What is going on? So, this is a very heavy topic, okay? What does this have to do with summoning money guides? It has everything to do with it. Everything to do with it. So if you're in the lack mindset or scarcity mindset, if you're going from paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, and you're just catching up a little bit, or you're owing people, you know what I mean? Carrie's saying, I've worked 3 jobs at a time, or worked a job until I was in the hospital, right? So, and what ends up happening also is you work in a job, probably you started loving at first, and then it just declines. It starts declining, and then it takes too much of your time, and you don't have a life, or you end up so depleted that there's no more light in your eyes. You're just completely sucked out like a Tootsie Roll. You're completely sucked out dry. So if this speaks to you, I'm sure it does. Hi, Nessa. So if this speaks to you, it probably does speak to you. So the thing is, I like to talk with my hands, so I have got to talk with them. So this has everything to do with summoning money guides. So if this is all in your way, and this is what you really believe, you believe that you have to work your ass off in a job that you're starting to resent, then this is for you, for deeply intuitive women. So the thing is, I do a ritual every morning. I want you to take notes. I do a ritual every morning, okay? If you watched my other video from last, I don't know if I did one Monday or Sunday, I'm not sure. But anyways, look back on that. So the thing is, I do summon money guides. Does that exist? Yes. Yes. Money guides exist. Abundance guides exist. At first, I was wondering, I'll just tell you a little story. I remember I was teaching at the time. I love teaching. Love teaching. I was teaching at the time, and I had broken my kneecap. I don't suggest this. I broken my kneecap. It was in the winter time. This was a long time ago. It was in the winter time. I was still teaching. And it was raining in the wintertime. It was raining a lot, and I really needed to get out of the driveway, but it was like a skating rink. We lived near, I remember we lived near the beach, Mariah Beach. It was a very nice house. I really loved that house. But anyways, suffice it to say, I needed to get out of there. I don't know why I needed to get out of there, but so Troy and I tried a way to get out of our driveway, because our driveway kind of slanted down like that, and all the water was coming in. So I decided to go on my skidoo. So we had a skidoo at the time, and we had this idea, if we put like, if we put like little scratches in the ice, that we could get out of there. And it did work. And I did get a little comfortable, okay? I did get comfortable on the skidoo. I was having fun. But all of a sudden, you know how skidoos are, they're very powerful, especially when it's raining. The skidoo was spinning, and I was trying to get it out of the spinning mode. So I got it out of the spinning mode, and then it was like watching something in slow motion. The skidoo got out of the spin mode and then skipped. You know how it skips? So it skipped, and then it was like slow motion. And then it started going forward really quickly. Believe you me, this ties in with summoning money guides. So, it skipped, and then it skipped out of my hands, and then what happened is my knee banged right on the side of there's like a metallic railing. My knee went this way, so my knee was like this, and then it went on the side, and I heard a crunch, and then it banged on the metal, and then it banged right on the ice. I heard crunch again and crunch, and I'm like, oh Jesus. So that was very painful. All of a sudden I feel my knee like getting really hard inside, and it started swelling up, and I couldn't walk. So I was inside, and I'm just going to make the long story short. I ended up going to the hospital, and I was out for a little while. I think it was 3 or 4 months. And I had to really summon my money guides at that time, because you have to wait for, I think it was CSST or SSQ or something like that. I had to wait for it, but I had to summon my money guides. I had to do that. So I asked them, I said, I did a ritual. I did a ritual. I think it was in the morning or no, it was at night. I did it at night. I was in pain. I was in a lot of pain. But I asked, and I did a certain ritual. It's called a money ritual, a money guide ritual. And I did it in the morning, and I summoned a certain money guide, and they only come when you know how to pray to them. So I have a certain prayer that I use. So I did the prayer, and I also had to surrender all of my old beliefs that I had to overwork, that I didn't believe money came to me. I had to work all on that crap. And I did it in the morning. It was the day after I think I had surgery, that night. And then the next day I did this money guide ritual. And I had to surrender. That was one of the things. I'm a big control freak. I don't know if some of you are, but I'm a big control freak. I have to know how things are going to happen. I have to know when and how all this. So I'm a big control freak. Hi, Jen. So I had to do 3 things. I'll recap. I had to do a morning ritual. I had a certain prayer that I did in the morning. I did it right in the morning. It was like 6 in the morning or 7. And I did it in my bed because I couldn't move around. And I had to be willing to surrender my old beliefs, what I thought money was. So I did all of those 3 things. And then after that, I got a text saying I got money. I was like, oh, there goes my garbage truck. Shoot. Anyways, I was just like, oh, what's going manifested money. And I'm like, if I can do this, maybe I could try something else. So I asked. I did the same thing. I did my morning ritual. I asked. I summoned my money guides. I prayed to them. I surrendered everything. Sure enough, I got an RV. I was just like, no way. I was just like, no way. And I said, okay, if it's going to work on an RV, let's try a car. So I said, okay. So I did the same steps. I did my morning ritual to summon my money guides. Then I prayed to them, and then I surrendered my own beliefs. And I got the car. I got a Honda Accord. And I was like, holy, okay. So let's do this again. So I did this again with my house. I did the same thing. I'm in my house right now, and I did the same thing. The morning ritual, the summon my money guides. I prayed. They only come when you know how to pray to them. I did a certain prayer, and then I surrendered my old beliefs. Then I let it go. And then, sure enough, I couldn't believe it. I got my house. Hi, good morning, Robin. Then I got my house. And I was like, okay, all right. So let's try something else. So I tried. I said, I want to summon. I really want to, I want to summon a certain amount of money. I just did it for fun. I did my same thing, the morning ritual to summon my money guides. I prayed to them. I let go of my old beliefs. Then I let go. And I got 3 weeks in a row, and then I got a huge amount. No, 3 months in a row, I did have certain amount of money come in, and then just this month, I got a huge amount of money, and I was just like, wow, okay. So if I can do that to certain amounts of money, and I could do that with certain amount of things like cars, my house, I wonder what I can do next. So I did it this morning. I did my my same money guide ritual. I did it with my morning ritual that helps summon my money guides. Then I prayed to them. Then I let go of my old beliefs. Then I let go. That's all I did. That's all I did. And I was just like, huh. All right. So I'm telling you this because it does work. What I do to summon my money guides, they work. And I'm sharing this with you because I know a lot of us, especially on this page, are struggling, right? So if you want to learn more specifically on what type of ritual that I do and how I pray and how I talk to these guides and how I learn to let go of my old beliefs and how I actually, step by step, how I do this is learn to surrender and get all of these things, especially money, especially abundance, then I invite you to private message me, or you can you can ask me questions right now. Okay, so if you have any questions, go right ahead and put them in the chat, in the comments. I am going to look for my link. Okay, so I am looking for my link here. So if you're really struggling, because I've been there before. I told you about my skidoo drive. How long is my morning ritual? It's not very long. It's actually 5 minutes. I do it every morning, exactly the same time. Thank you for your question, Jen. It's 5 minutes. Robin says, yes. What do you say and how you do it? Okay, so what do I say? Okay, what do I say? So there's certain things that I say that are very specific, and I tie them in with my Native American culture. Actually, I used to watch my grandmother a lot, and she used to say certain things, and she was very religious, but she was also spiritual too. And I would say certain things, and how I would do it was a certain morning ritual that I would do it. If you want to know more about that, if you want to know more, you have to be on the inside of my program to know more about that. And I only share it with my students. So if you want to book a free breakthrough call, maybe this is something, I'm sure this is what you want. I'm going to go through, can you tell us your money guide prayer? Yes, I can tell you that, but you have to be on the inside of my program to know more about that. What's the prayer? To know the prayer, you have to book a free breakthrough call and see if we're a good fit. It's on the inside of my program. Anybody else? There's a specific prayer that I do. And it always realigns me all the time, and I manifest so fast. I manifested thousands of dollars. I won't lie. The biggest amount was 5 figures. Yeah, the biggest amount was 5 figures. Jennifer says, is there a time limit for how fast you can receive what you ask for? Good question. So is there a time limit? Yeah, I'm very specific on the time, when I want it. Yeah, there is a time limit. And it comes in when I tell it. That's a good question, by the way. Thank you, Jen, for asking that. So over the years, I've developed a lot of mindset. I've read a lot of mindset books, but I've noticed when I marry it with my Native American culture, it goes fast. So there's certain rituals that I do. I call them like ceremonies that I do, and I noticed it works really quickly. Bam! Stop that. Sorry, that's my dog. Speaking of money guides, hi there. It's my dog Bailey. So does anybody have other questions that you want to ask me about how to summon money guides? Those are very good questions. Thank you, Jen, for asking them. So if you want to know what the prayer is, how I do, Jennifer says, can anyone access and practice Native American rituals and also have the same results? Yes. Yes, anyone can access it, but I do specific ones. You can Google it all you want, but I don't know if you're going to get the same results though. But yes, anyone can. I have specific. That's a good question. Can anyone? That's the big tire kicker question. Is I really look at deeply spiritual women. I don't just look at anyone, not just anyone. So if you're in your head a lot, this is not going to work for you. This is not going to work for you. If you're in your head constantly trying to figure things out, this is not going to work for you. Nope. That's a very good question, Jen. I love your questions. You're so engaged. So it is specific for deeply spiritual women who believe in ceremonies, who believe in rituals, who believe in guides. If you don't believe in this and you hate this and you think this is a bunch of bullshit, this is not going to work for you. I'm going to tell you right now, it will not work for you. I am a big advocate in Native American spirituality, marrying it with the things that I've learned over the years. And this, I gotta tell you, this stuff works. I'm a big believer in this. And I've learned a lot of things from my mom. My mom is a a big manifester. She has taught me a lot of things. So she's Native American too, but she has manifested a lot of stuff. And I've learned a little bit what she does. So yeah. So yeah, that is your question. I know that's a long-winded question, but a long-winded answer, but yeah. So there is rituals that I do. And you can have the same results as long as you do the work. As long as you do the work and you follow what my recipe is and my ceremony and my ritual, you will get the same results. Probably faster. But you have to be deeply spiritual, deeply intuitive. You're welcome, Jen. Thank you for your questions. I love that. So if you're in your head trying to figure things out, this will not work for you. You will get frustrated as hell. But if you're deeply spiritual and deeply intuitive, and this is, you want to say, yeah, tell me what I have to do. You'd be like, holy crap, this works. It works for me. And I've taught some of them, I taught some of my concepts to some of my students. They're like, oh my God, I manifested this and I manifested that. And I'm like, yeah, it works. Okay. And I also teach the inner resistance that you have. We all have it. Remember I told you about the inner resistance earlier? If you're constantly resisting, I can teach you how to put that aside. It's not hard. It's really not that hard. So either way, if you're interested and I've piqued a curiosity in you and you're like, I want to know, then you can learn this on the inside of my program. Okay? That's where you're going to learn. And if you want to fart around and just spin around and say, woe is me, and pity party and complaining and blah, 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 keep going. Keep going with that and see what happens. I'm not here to put anybody down, but I'm telling you, if you're tired of those kind of results and getting broke and getting debt and living to paycheck, this is for you. You're tired of doing that. You want something to change and you want to try something that's very deeply intuitive. This is for you. So book a free breakthrough call. Oh, did I write free breakthrough ritual? I'm sorry. I just noticed that now. I'm like, what? It's not a free breakthrough ritual. Oh, my Lord. Anyways, I just noticed that now. It's not a free breakthrough ritual. I'm not doing that. I'm going to delete that. That's funny. We're having that kind of a day, eh? Okay. That'd be interesting if I did a breakthrough ritual. So I'm going to go, but I'm going to put this down. I think I was thinking of ritual right there. So book a free breakthrough. There's not breakthrough rituals, sorry. Call here. If you want to keep spinning your wheels and just go paycheck to paycheck, fine, go that way. But if you want to change it and you want to start manifesting things and summoning your money guides, then take a risk and follow what your heart is telling you. You're obviously following me for a reason. Follow that. Follow that. Okay, so I'm going to go. And I'm going to go and go eat because it's lunchtime. And I wish you all a good day. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. And if you want to also follow me in my private Facebook group, which is called Deeply Intuitive, you can go to the blue button where it says Visit Group and ask for request for access. Sorry, I'm talking in riddles today. Request for access. There are 3 questions, actually 2 questions you are required to answer. If you do not answer those questions, I will not let you in. So I'm very, very strict about who comes in my group. Okay? All right, so I'm gonna go, and remember, I only have a few spots open this week. Let's see who gets in. See ya.